Taya Valkyrie is a professional wrestler and an actress. You can see her in WWE's NXT on Tuesdays on USA Network as Franky Monet. You can also see her in the action thriller movie Unchained, co-starring Eric Roberts. That's a big deal. That's so cool. Beginning July 2nd via digital platforms from Leomark Studios. And we'll talk a little wrestling, but really want to talk about the movie. That's why we have her here. Thank you so much, Taya. Tell me about Unchained, this movie project, and also as a professional wrestler, how does that help? Because as far as the physicality, of course, but the acting involved in professional wrestling is so important too.
Yeah, I believe that this is a natural, progression to be getting more and more involved in acting. And when I was asked to do this movie, it was in, 2019, October, November, pre-COVID. We shot this in LA. I was thrilled. It was this action thriller, which is like right up my alley. The character was basically written for me and perfect. And it was so much fun to be part of. And I'm just really excited for everybody to see it finally. I've been waiting, this whole last year for the world to get to see Unchained. And I'm excited that July 2nd it comes out and you can catch it on Amazon Prime.
What has it been like working on a movie project? And have you worked on other TV or movie projects before outside of professional wrestling?
Yeah, I've done a lot of small films and different things like that, even in Canada, and some reality shows, the normal kinds of things we get involved in. About 3 years ago, my husband and I actually wrote, directed, and I produced this short horror film that will actually be hitting the horror film festivals this fall. It's in the last stages of post-production. So I'm very excited for everybody to see the Iron Sheik Massacre. It's very crazy and you'll see a lot of familiar faces in it. And it's just been a dream to be able to get into acting and more involved, I should say. I mean, I've been in acting and the arts my whole life. So it just kind of seems natural for me from this little kid who was doing musical theater to now, everything has kind of led up to this moment. And also during the pandemic, I was actually supposed to be on season 4 of Glow, which unfortunately was canceled due to COVID. But I did have about a week and a half on set, and it was amazing. It's definitely something that I enjoy so much, and being able to be around these creative, amazing actresses and directors and producers, and just really, trying out something that I love so much and is such an intricate part of professional wrestling, but just doing it a different way. We get very used to playing like a certain character or kind of being put in a box because we play, for example, Taya Valkyrie for years, and now I'm Franky Monet on NXT. You have to kind of evolve, but still kind of stay true to who you are. And so it's really cool for me to get to play with these kind of different characters and, get some time doing that.
It's interesting when you mentioned, and we're going to talk about Unchained, but you mentioned this movie, The Iron Sheik Massacre. I'm wondering if the Iron Sheik is in it, and if you had any dealings with him, because he could be an ornery, cagey type of guy.
He actually did. I'm not going to try and give away too much of it, but he did play the voice of one of the characters. So he did record all the voice stuff for voiceovers for the Iron Sheik character. And John actually went and recorded everything with him in Atlanta, I believe it was. So it was a great experience. We have a lot of our friends that we cast in the film, and it's just like a little fun passion project that we actually wrote on our honeymoon of all places. So I'm excited for you guys to get to see it. And but Unchained comes out first. So I just want to make sure you'll all be seeing it at the same time that I will be seeing it, because I have not seen the entire project completed or anything, only clips. So make sure you guys all get onto Amazon Prime and your streaming platforms, and make sure you're there July 2nd and check Unchained out.
So when she gets married and is on a honeymoon, look at that. She's creating and working. That's what we love about her. She's still doing her thing.
Yes,
that's awesome.
As an artist, your brain never stops. I don't know. I'm always thinking about stuff. I'm always looking at imagery and getting inspiration from different things. And even when I was, preparing for this movie, I was trying to find reference characters in other movies to try and figure out what, she would look like, what Regina would look like, and what she would wear or how she would act. And I'm glad that Raffaello, the director, really trusted me and my creative process, and allowed me to bring her to life in a way that I felt was true to her.
Regina is a tough go in your face, doesn't care about anyone type of character. So how did you get to play that part and learn to become that part? Do you do acting classes?
I have before, and obviously just what I've been involved in within wrestling and everything has just, it's a continual flow of acting. I feel like I'm learning every single day. I don't think that as an artist you're ever at your peak. It's always about evolution and learning, and I'm always been so lucky to be around different teachers and different people. For example, at NXT we have great people that are, helping us with our promos and our character development and all these kinds of things that people don't really see. Like, we're constantly learning and trying to be better. And I think this was just another test for me to kind of, learn to be this kind of tough character who was so, like, I feel like Ty and Frankie are so tough, but this was a completely different version of what you would think of as tough. She's a badass, and she doesn't take anything from anybody in this movie. And I'm just really excited for you guys to see a different, version of me, and to see what you guys all think.
Regina won't be holding any little dogs with her.
No, Regina doesn't have any dogs or furry coats or anything like that.
Hey, this movie Unchained, I got to see it and it looks really cool. I know you said you haven't seen it yet, but it really just tells a story of someone trying to find herself.
Exactly.
And really being caught up with these bad people who are doing this underground type of fighting.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thrilled that it's a movie that has so many women. Like, the lead is a woman. There's so many women involved that are, portrayed as these strong characters who are trying to find their way through life. And I think a lot of people will relate to that. And I'm just really excited for everyone to see the final product.
And what do you think about that too? Because Taya, we've seen with you, with so many others that have grown and developed, whether it's pro wrestling, whether it's MMA, just women being appreciated for their toughness, for the physicality. It's not just all about looks and what you all are doing. You've ascended into that area and have evolved. What are your thoughts of all this evolving going on, not only in pro wrestling, movies, and other areas of sports and entertainment?
I mean, thank God. I mean, we as women have been fighting and clawing our way for so long, and I think we still have so far to go. But I'm just so happy that I'm being given these opportunities to shine, not only for, what I look like, but for my actual ability. And I feel like I'm the best pro wrestler. I feel like I bring all this kind of different flavor and style and my acting and everything. I'm so glad that I'm being recognized for that, and that there's people, behind the scenes, and directors like Raffaello, and if, for example, in the WWE, where they are allowing us to shine and being given the ball and to run with it, and I can't wait to see, where we will be in 10 years from now, because it's developed and changed so much even in the last 10. So this is just the beginning, but girls are doing it better than ever. And I am extremely proud to be part of that evolution and what is happening right now in the world of professional wrestling and of cinema, film, and television.
It's interesting too, because just seeing the formation of everything and how it comes together. In pro wrestling, a lot of it is live TV.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's always been incredible that even though mistakes are made, we don't see it that often, or at least we don't catch it that often. Even in today's age of technology, I think it's a credit to you all and what you do and how you all do that and do it well. In movie making, obviously, if you mess up, something goes wrong, or the lighting's not good, you take one, take two, take three. You can do it over and over again. What was that process like for you doing it that way? Because you're used to doing the live TV.
Yeah. Obviously NXT is filmed every Tuesday on USA Network, and it is completely live. So there's, if you mess up, everybody's going to see it. So it's so important to be able to, think on the fly and really go with what's happening next, and remembering and, reacting organically with what's going on around you. And being in a film is so different. You have all these opportunities, but it's also cool because you can try different ways of saying certain things, or if something doesn't really work, you change it. And so it's a definitely, you're still learning and studying as you're filming stuff, because I feel like always your first take compared to your 10th take is your 10th is always going to be so much better because you're getting all just like these reps in and being able to say it and do it in a different way and taking direction from those, people behind the cameras that are just there to make something really cool happen. And I'm glad that Raffaello saw something in me and like believed that I could do this. And I'm very excited for the movie.
Did you have any input in the fight scenes?
No, because they had different stunt people that were there doing that. So I didn't really get involved with that at all. I really wanted to. I had super kicks and Canadian destroyers for everybody. But no, it was just really fun to watch. And some of the women that were in the film with me were doing a lot of that really hard fighting through the film. And all kudos to them because they don't come from, fighting backgrounds. Some of them were stunt women. But it's really cool to just see people try new things and really immerse themselves in what they're doing. And I think that's the proof is in the film, and I'm excited for that.
And this film, as I mentioned, and it will be out July 2nd, co-stars Eric Roberts, Academy Award nominee. Just what a resume. What is it like being in a film with someone that high level?
I mean, I was in shock, because it just puts that added pressure, but I thrive under pressure and I've always been like that. And I think that I just care so much about creating art and creating moments and visuals and emotions through what I do. So it just pushed me to be even better and to really put out a performance that I can be proud of, and that I can be in this film with an Academy Award nominated actor is insane. And hopefully I get more opportunities like this and we can kind of, grow this resume.
What I also found interesting too, because of my pro wrestling fandom, old school wrestler and entertainer from the Gong Show days. That's probably before you, but I remember the Gong Show. Rock Riddle is also in this movie. And I didn't know if you got to do any interaction with Rock or even talk any wrestling or know Rock, because I guess he is a California guy.
I never had any interactions with him while we were filming. My stuff was mostly filmed over a week-long period outside. So it was only specific characters that I got to interact with. And I would have loved to have met him. I've heard so many wonderful things about him. And along with, Eric Roberts and the whole entire cast, everybody was just so nice and just trying to make something happen, and it sucks that we didn't get to, have this movie come out in 2020 with everything that went down and have a big premiere, but we're all going to be watching it all together here with my friends and my family. And I think that makes it almost even more special.
Did you have any interest? And I don't know, with your background going far back, with MMA or any other type of combat sport fighting?
I never really have. I love what I do. And I love learning techniques from all different types of martial arts and fighting and stuff like that. But I've never really had an interest to, become a boxer or anything, because I've just really focused on professional wrestling and acting and stuff like that. That's just more up my alley. All the power to the women that do that. I don't know if I could.
We're going to have a couple more questions. We'll wrap this up. And thank you so much for the time.
Of course.
With NXT and your character, which you've mentioned, is so different from Regina in the movie Unchained. How do you describe your character now? Because it still is developing. You're still new you're not new to pro wrestling, sports entertainment, but you're new to NXT. And tell us a little about the dog, if that's your dog.
Oh yeah, that's Presley. He's actually in the other room right now. So Franky is I know, and so many people got mad when I changed my name, but they have to understand that we have to evolve. This is who wants to watch the same movie over and over again? They don't. They want to see change. They want to see all these characters develop and grow or fail or succeed and stuff. So felt like it was a natural progression, after 11, 12 years in professional wrestling to, I was Taya for that, within that world for so long. So Franky's just this kind of next level of the evolution of Taya Valkyrie, so there's a lot of things that you'll see that are similar to Taya and a lot that are not. And Franky is just a very cocky, confident superstar who just knows that she commands the room. And anyone who tells her that she isn't, she's got a problem with. You know, she's very bougie. She's over the top. She wants everyone to stop and stare as soon as she walks in the, walks in the room. And she doesn't have a lot of friends just yet, but she's definitely letting the women know and the NXT universe that she is there. And she's not as much as she may look like a Barbie doll, she will throw down at the drop of a hat. And she should never be underestimated ever. And Presley is her loving companion Pomeranian who honestly steals the show at every opportunity.
And there's a two-part question with that, and we got to wrap this up, but there's a two-part question with that I have to ask with this. So how much do you like playing Franky so far? It is sort of new, so I'm thinking that's really cool for you. And the second part is, do you think Presley will have his own Instagram or Twitter like Natty's cat Two Paws?
Well, I'm just going to go right off the bat and say that Presley and his brother Bowie already have Instagram at _PPEE_boys. And they're both on Twitter with their own private accounts. At the Prince P is Presley and at Bose Malone is Bowie, his little brother. So they're very well versed in social media. And as for playing Franky, I am having the best time. I am so blessed and happy to be in this amazing and learning environment that is NXT with these creators and producers and people like Triple H, like Shawn Michaels, like Road Dogg, and teachers like Sarah Amato, and these people that want to see us succeed, and also that creatively just understood my ideas and really have allowed me to just develop with their guidance into who and kind of figure out who Franky is and where she stands within the NXT universe and the WWE universe. So I've been having the greatest time. I am definitely pushing myself in ways that I never thought really possible, but and it's only just the beginning. I've been at NXT now for 3 months, and I'm just really looking forward to what this next 6 months of 2021 brings and beyond. Working at WWE is an absolute dream, and I would not have it any other way. It took me a long time to get here. It took me a lot of failure. It took me to, be told no 7 million times to be told yes once, but it was all worth it.
And what an amazing career so far for you. And even the background, and we're wrapping this up now, but even the background, reading about this, you were a classical ballerina.
Mm-hmm.
You studied with the Royal Winnipeg Ballet.
Mm-hmm.
You were a gymnast.
Mm-hmm.
So incredible, the talents that you have and sharing. And I'm going to guess that some of that, being a ballerina, being a gymnast, also helped you transition with pro wrestling.
Absolutely. Everything that I do has been influenced by all the steps that it took to get there. Even the way I stand, I catch myself doing ballet arms all the time in matches. And it's just, when you're a kid and you're growing up, and it's so important to just try all these different things, and you never know where it's going to lead. I, like you said, did ballet. I was in musical theater. I did gymnastics. I then transitioned into fitness competition because I loved Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus and just wanted to be like them. And I became a Canadian national champion in fitness. And that led me into the progression into wrestling. Everything that I've done, and as much as it's just there's so many different layers and chapters in my life, have literally brought me to where I am now. And I wouldn't, like I said, change anything. It's been a long, hard road, but that's what makes it even more worth it.
Have you had any fun challenges of, I hope I say it right, parkour with John?
Oh, one of our first dates, he tried to take me to a parkour gym, and that did not go well.
You leave it to him. He can do that. That's his gig.
Yeah, I fell flat on my face. We're not doing that again.
You've got everything else. And lastly, Unchained will be coming out. Action thriller movie. Everyone check it out. July 2nd. Tell us again where they can see it, because I know it's digital platforms, but you told us where we could see it too.
Yes, please check out Unchained, available July 2nd on Amazon. You do not want to miss this. I'm so excited to watch it with all of you. And please tweet and write me on Instagram and tell me what you think. Follow me at Franky Monet WWE. And let's watch this movie and make it a success.
Taya, favorite name for you as we close? Taya Valkyrie, Regina, Franky Monet, or Kira Hennigan?
Well, my last name is not Hennigan, actually. So,
so that one's out. All right.
No, I'm enjoying being Franky Monet right now, and I can't wait to continue on this ride with her. So,
thank you so much.
Of course.